Wontumi issue.
Maybe our person the Fabia.
Yeah. The other kind, I think that my man started from Wontumi case in answer.
Okay.
And I think that issue and we've got into the end of it. But the side aspect, a certain snapshot to be a yani ebobo so the minority or more parliament a catch the Ghana for say among koyo mojuma na mom or more call to solidarize with Wontumi our national security. And we saw Nema a course where the course but behind those Nema Nana air course, there were critical questions and that people were not asking. Captain, the gentleman was granted bail in Ababe 4 days ago. The bail condition is 50 million Ghana cedis.
Pew.
Yes. The MPP made it look like, say, a bin sida in the life of Ghana. A Kana Yadia to Wontumi so there's a coming nowhere close to the Yahubida in this country. And most of the interviews are not big wings within the party. I say, Omashada Asalapi Wontumi with 50 million Ghana cedis are buying it to me intentionally. They don't want Wontumi to be built. But, Captain, my men drive you back to 2012. Abra ya first Wyoming case ni baye gidigidi wo kroma say no. Wyoming case, the amount of money involved there 51.2 million Ghana cedis. The gentleman was slapped with 54 million bail condition as far back as 2012. So it is not Adi Ebinsi Ukromada. And he was able to meet the bail condition, granted bail, and the subsequent way on for the year. Now, no one Papa now on at and they say on any for D or bank is Do you know the amount of money that was slapped on them? 600 million and over. 600 million compared to 50 million. So I know the day, they are not more was much ado about nothing. Just trying to whip public sentiment. Because the real and the core issues at the center of Wontumi case, are far bigger and larger than the in the case of your friend say Wyoming. Wontumi case, even one case involved a whooping sum of about $45 million. I can be nowhere close to amount of money and Omoka about Wyoming. Again, that's why I $10 million is even bigger than the amount of money I can have. And this we are now be bailer. You heard the amount of money involved in the criminal way na wayeno. They are so amount bail because the idea is say nipa no dwane state no more at least the bail condition can defray the extent of cost na yabono. So very often na bail no so change sikana yes wedi no. But they want to make case 50 million is nowhere close to your friend is saying $45 million and even $10 million. And assassin nsuwa wase no. And these people were trying to whip public sentiment into this particular issue. Sebe lose focus on the criminal activities na branch na yedo. I say pay attention to. Because for me, I'll be very much concerned about the destructive nature of Wontumi's businesses. Natural, you can say forest awasen okroma, the devastation of what cause to your natural, you can say environment. Okroma say, and on a put value and money on it. I'm not sure say ubi betimiaka. And at the time. Now, Wontumi nama all kobase nsuo we didn't see the minority, the then majority, or anybody on his right senses. All cultural brands, adia wuye, who say nsuo nsase, enti ebeya hasting slowly. Because Enam says Sikano ba a common munyina bidinti no, nobody cautioned that gentleman. And my catcher will be only answer when you to me. He thought that he was sitting on the moon, just doing things in a manner, sabi. So at that point, they lost key on caution. They couldn't caution the gentleman. Say, I didn't know why you're dangerous. And again, political influence, you can be a man name say. Because you see a Wontumi contract. The question is track record ban or when it comes to say because we have contractors over the years, they are known for some of these things. But I'm saying the panel political connection like Captain Smart tell a contract, every excavator crown to be that. But what you do is a wage contract, and I feel I will show beer. All that expecting us, you can was slash it too. Now, what they have and I'm some find your coin, then the hooping some not about her. And over the years, that is what we've been doing. So the gentleman na kwaje land say or kwaje kwan so oba be ye. The question is that did he do it or yeah? Evidence was here. these are some of the things I was expecting the MPP to put out the fact out there. Say, and some na ye can't to a brand here, no, and crime way no kwaji, why evidence in here. When you speak to people in that particular manner, then people will know that the government is witch hunting the gentleman indeed. But the reality is that, and some na ye can't, the criminal activities now, why no? You are not even talking about it. You are not even interested. And you think, say, we are still in 1990. We are still in 2000 where you can just say MPP and DC now, man, 40 years that emotional campaign, emotional politics, you know. Those things, you know, will not fly. It's the reason why the right-thinking Ghanaian in society, you know, couldn't fall for some of the shenanigans and those kind of emotional campaign that was activated by the MPP. Now you're quatana form, now you're say, and America said these guys are not serious. They are still joking in opposition because you see, Captain, when you lose political power, you lose connection with the people. That's so, right. As a right-thinking individual, as a leader such an institutional political party, you know, what you do is that you try to reconnect with the people by making sure, say, you become a voice, a representative. Because whenever a government is in power, no, it's a different thing. But opposition, you know, you always try to bring the people to your side by making sure that you lead the conversation, direct the conversation. Say, by I did have goodwill, ever fall to your side. But never no more, you go to social media, it's as if that's still your opposition. MPP still in power because every single Ghanaian on social media and as a forum, if you listen to some of the comedy even concerns among for Kenya, they are just trying to paint the MPP as if they are still in power because doesn't make sense. As an opposition party, you need to just restructure things and see how about approach it. But they still have this arrogant caliber of people still leading the chart of the party, and they think that they need to go ballistic. But then politics necessary, the narrative necessary. Ghana for are interested in the substance of the issues at hand. It is a Wontumi issue now. Okay, bring the key fact. Eguho na cancer say na cause. It's the same emotional campaign of Muweji in the case of the Chief Justice when they were saying that Pamu Chief Justice Amanako. When indeed fact on the matter, the evidence available, and the processes has been activated thus far. No, there is no infringement, there is no contradiction, there hasn't been any error that has occasioned anywhere. It is a whole cancer seminar based on what? Ma mena tena se o se seminar on tia se o de court. No so ono akwaje na unanimous no bi. Unanimous na no ma package o mo chicha ma amanfo no. Ono aya ma na package ni bi o de kofie. So that is how it is. Esa yehu se and then Wontumi metena se ma Ghana for adwen ni agro. People are interested in the real case, the evidence, and as for na because of social media, you know. Obi are not interested in politics, right? And then they are getting used to people are hooking on. Man for Bayer so much interested in issues of politics. And don't think say you can wage that emotional campaign. I don't know make catch say Abra omo general secretary no catch say patriot you enko adenta kumifie no. What a comment obi tire obi say odwan when you were chopping your ladies, did you remember us? These are things that say Ghana for need ho. They are not your ladies, did you remember us? These are Ghana for the only way, and then they say making sure say goodwill is on your side. When you have that thing, people will follow you. But Wontumi case, it wasn't as if he wasn't granted bail. The gentleman was granted bail. All that they needed to do, somebody will pop up and say, "Ebia, provided the sureties and but Umia koho now a promises Canada Japan koho now." Party amowo your friend say asimfo su Elon Musk dey senka nema we no problem or to the bottom he could have paid. But Captain, the reality is that they were just finding and dancing around the whole thing. It took the gentleman 4 solid days in your friends Yoko custody. And now who know to me say kwabrania ye week kwa ye ha and the church say political power. So wunya so who say would ye nyansa na to ho power is fleeting. Political power, time, is very uncertain. And we need to me a fire nyansa there and treat people good and make sure that there is an expiry date. Our office be our say. Don't ever think say many to me and it will never exit. But unfortunately, because most of the people who get into political prominence in this country, majority are not intelligent. When they get there, they think that they are sitting on the moon. The expiry date will not come. But you see, power is fleeting. It doesn't matter how long you stay there. The expiry date will come. But either so you survive or not will depend on a nema wodo abrabo beye. Wontumi radio sana you go ne diamond na se for the good. TV so ana amanfo ebogye so no ano namana okasa akakabensam no he never thought that time will come and he will be held accountable. So it's a message and it's a lesson to everybody in government today. As when you to me now I just say be class 7 semunu na be dia fe na obeka aka your girlfriend na wo no magya dada na obeto cars na asefo amomo you should know say a time will come. The only difference between you and Wontumi is time, and that time will definitely come. A bar won't go because you see the era where people go on TV.
The only difference between Wontumi and
time.
Okay.
And that time is coming. Time no, so you can't stop it. I will be in a born and you can't stop time. Time is always running.
Time is gone.
Exactly. But to be safe, you know, it depends on what you do during this time, and to make sure say you serve people with dignity. Yamma power no so amra so maybe say me say Kyei e dey abrante bi aba one of the radio station TV3. Captain, do you know what happened to me? Say June 3rd disaster be here no. And a boy no was a victim. Na nim nyina se na things that he has undergone a lot of surgeries and as for no. We live in a country where there will be a disaster and a passerby will suffer such a devastation, a bit difficult to the sense I would describe in a the gentleman has been left to his fate, and on nam kwan ho no stress resika, and a Kyei who now or try just to solicit some way or the man. So wow, with no, I think say you can contact him, no help via. The gentleman is in one of your studios. Boy now or so politics now your question is how do we impact on people? Because I never disaster na see and amam for lusu omoyere. Obi lusu ne ma, obi lusu na busi, obi lusu ne nine, obi anima say, but state has never ukwa abroad. Oh yeah, Jumama campaign the bina say ukonya accident ya. So uti ya and I say accident in a very way so Wontumi nya adwuma captain you will be paid till you die. But in our part of the world, disaster na onim ho hwie o. Eye we na asi and a wire victim. But nobody will go to his aid. A choice of power and politics na ya nyase ya de bebo nipa o. Amanfo nya tumi na fe na ye de be ya kakabensem ne sanse bunu no is the reason why you see people like Wontumi na say for all of them rushing into the political space because and them catch say politics and governance in our part of Africa no and give prominence to intelligence wisdom na say for be any fool at all can become a leader at any point in time because osikana na say for them and it's consistently we've been driving ourselves into a hellhole. How do we get out? It is contingent on menewo. How as people never rise out of emotional politics. Never making sure that governance is about us. It is not about some kind of fidelity via war and emotional attachment via war to individual and not any political party. Because young crow for no Chrome has a nipo munya to me no, they don't respect people. Or munipa or nya to me afen or dibedin se munu and what to an alcoton when munya mana or the wenimbe form. Let us sit back and make sure say the wielders of political power no will be held accountable. Now you making sure says how to me no yet be yamanipa anya impact also. Now obi ko din nsem hu na enya wo na wokoba aboso na wakodi okogina dwam nsem na mekokwama no. Say when the gentleman was in power no, what is Wontumi be in the door say MPP for mra party da. But enne ya chena or frau say wo hiani no bra yoko na be dealers na wokwa na yekobo wani a nkwase ani na yabo. Sa enne it's a lesson to every young man out there. Politics, you know, let us sit and make sure, say, we direct people to do the right thing. Obedience, don't be fooled by any party. No, make sure, say, issue na ye come no. You really understand it. Can for it, so Otina Kroma Bonkwasi, Abosian now, or Gana Quatrabucha, no, to also open Zoom. Zoom no pe. Twitter no whatever man, oh, who she.
Anyway. Lucius.
Captain Darcy, before my court mentions, I na Madam Fuduwa Wenchi, a friend of Sabatu, or Chess of over the weekends, present call more information bina as I went to me and found out course. And you know, maybe I'm at the number Ebema. It's about to one man, the Marble. Now, Captain, Wontumi case in Wahoo. Minim ne na NPP for be pese be case here ankasa eye because the yoko for eye no ebi asipen enye Wontumi nko aso de tie se yoko for ekọ se be ekọchire no ba nkọ se be ekọgina honom se be ekọtwu be ekọtutu atu se ne na ono paint picture na ma na ye no obia ni one okọ ya okita se kan ana se obi koye gidigidi wo honum but the arrest warrant ne kɔ sɛ bɛkɔ akɔkye no na deɛ mɛka koraa sɛ deɛ di kan a bakyew yɛwɔ mmara ɛwɔ kurom ha sei mmara a ɛhyɛ ɔfrɛnsɛn institution no nsa no ɛkyɛ sɛ bɛwɔ akwanya sɛ anaasɛ that authority na bɛbɛtumi ayɛ dɛ bɛbɛtumi akyew nti deɛ di kan no bakyew deɛ ɛtɔ so mmienu ɛyɛ sɛ ɛni ho kwan sɛ bɛdetain for more than 48 hours ɛni nti no eduru sabre no baama bill enti no ne bɛhwɛ sɛ obi mom ɛba bɛyɛ den ɛbɛba bɛbɛlu enti sɛ MPP foɔ kɔ a bɛkɔ hɔnom no ho yɛ lawyers parliamentarians wom animdifoɔ ɛwom honim bill condition na ɛwɔ hɔnom den pa nti a bɛnyinaa bɛkɔ dɔmpem ɛwɔ hɔnom wɔ abrɛko a banti anhwɛ kwan a bɛfa so a bɛmiti the bill condition na me naano no nyina na mehwɛ ne na MPP foɔ ɛyɛ a na mehu sɛ beesu bɛ ho sɛ obi ayi ase ne yɛ obi ayi enti nea na bɛyɛ ne nyinaa no na baa na beesu bɛ ho sɛ akwa te sɛ wabɔ awura maternity ward there is no virgin in the maternity ward enti baa na bɛwɔ hɔ no nyinaa no akorɔmfoɔ fa bɛyɛ nkorɔfoɔ a allegations ɛde dabɛ so sɛ either sɛ obi ayɛ bibi a daakye bi a ɔno nso hwɛ kwan sɛ neɛ bɛde yɛ wuntumi no ɔno nso ɔbɛyɛ den ɔbɛkɔ bi because sɛ wotie wuntumi lawyer naano Friday wotumi sɛ na man no de maturity ɛyɛ adwuma na ɔfrɛnsɛn bɛɛ ayi director of legal na menim neɛ na ɔpɛ sɛ ɔkyerɛ wabrɛko a wankasa woyɛ mmaranim a wokyɛ sɛ woyɛ lawyer na wahu sɛ yama obi bill sɛ yama no 50 million saa 50 million na yɛde ama no wontumi deɛ no koraa ɛsa o because bi ne te sɛ neɛ Ivan ɛka yi about Wyoming deɛ about wosan bɔ obi foforɔ deɛ hwɛ even ato asian hwɛ men's gold nipa kura friend is simple men's gold sɛ ɔno kora ne deɛ 500 million number one deɛ no yɛ 500 million now they compare 500 million to that of 50 million na wobɛgyina hɔnom na sɛ woba bɛyɛ dede a na nɔkwasɛm yɛ sɛ damage a wontumi akɔɔse no saa 50 million na bɛde maa no kora mpo no mimi hunu kora sɛ ɛsa koraa and you see wontumi ti kurom ha sɛ yi mpanimfoɔ ka asɛm bi sɛ it takes a whole village to raise a child enti wontumi ti kurom ha nsɛm a ɔkeka amanfoɔ edibani ehwe obia ntimi anya kyese MPP fo ntimi anya nyansasem bi anka nkyɛnse madamfo ade a wuye awie akire no ne ebeto no enye papa or the emotions kyese ofiti preko pese okasa na wayi na adwena si nkyɛn na wa ahya ase sɛ ensem hunu mfreni masem ensem a emfata ensem a pani enka he wontumi nsɛm a ɔkeka yɛ no okurum asi wɔn ebi wɔ ɔkora captain wontumi repeat nsɛm a wontumi keka yɛ ebi wɔ hɔ a wontumi enye den repeat na nɔkwasɛm yɛ sɛ he emra de mra o emra wɔ hɔ sɛ yɛ start sɛ de mra ɛyɛ adwuma ebetumi de mra yɛ adwuma bɛyɛ wɔ ne ɛfɛ no displacement of anger so bi ka sɛ ɔde mra den ɛnwa adi ɛwɔ ho obesan tumi de ofrense abufuo awuram wontumi yɛ that type wontumi yɛ obi akye a bɛkye no Ghana for dodo na apɛ sɛ yɛakye wontumi because nsɛm a wakeka no kurom ha any damage a wakɔɔse no ɛnyɛ damage ketua na wonti kurom ha sɛ wahu sɛ obi akɔgye besia 10 million sɛ mede kɔ akɔdua abu nipa kroya asna akɔgye ayi road contract cocoa road contract sɛ ɔba abɛyɛ yenhu kwan a wayɛ the same person abawura forest cause a lot of damage ɛwɔ hɔnom na yaakye na deɛ obetimi ayɛ sɛ obɛkɔ akɔtena fam na wayɛ didi hɛ da bia meka asɛm we wɔn nursing a pregnancy is not difficult too. Nursing a pregnancy is not difficult. So when na anyin senu emu abofro ni munta sututo aha enya den
it's a
raising up a fool. So o titi jimfo dancing bosom nkuru anyinsen no because me abede ye won't know MPP for the year no fan fooling say MPP rally you can imagine sika anka bebe hia any the I mean can saying crowder ebe ho but eba ni say no say be nya amanfo ma be call be nya amanfo ebi musu ti krom ha ya ma men kan asem wi danfo bi ko gina ehonom bele se oroye frafra ni o se oye den hwe ebi mu aye be ho say but the whole northern region no ahu ebe twitwi gatem ma men kan sa asem wi sa nipa na okogina ha o say wa organize bokofo wa organize hefafo eninti no say ba ne se kind dia
forget
no
forget
frafra hene tie mi afra no twena so say frafra hene tie mi
wa be patch o
ene na che opa ni nyina no ban twena so say ote akra ha babia ye wo bia ye wo daga che hene ye wo mo hene ye wo mosi hene ye wo hwane wane frafra hene wo ho on fra no na so twe a efata no on fa ma no hwe MPP ba ye northern region ho no kohwe the whole northern region no enye ayi baumia no kwatena offering saying radio so kwake say the biggest project about no northern region eye dam na be ye no ho no